I never imagined one decision could unravel everything we'd built together. But the night she chose a party instead of me, something inside me cracked, and I walked away. 5 years later, when our paths crossed again, the past came rushing back in ways neither of us could have predicted. Her name was Claire. We'd been inseparable since college. Two dreamers sketching out a life full of promise. I truly believed she was my partner in everything, until the night I needed her the most. It was my father's birthday, just a quiet family gathering. He'd been ill for months, and I didn't know how many more birthdays we'd get. I begged Claire to come, to stand with me, to be part of that moment. She promised she would. But hours before we were supposed to leave, my phone rang. Laughter and music bled through the receiver. "I'm so sorry, Daniel," she shouted over the noise. "But this party's huge. Everyone's here. I'll make it up to you, I swear." My chest tightened. "Claire, my dad's not well. This could be his last birthday. I need you here." There was a pause and a sigh. "I'll see him another time. You understand, right? I don't want to miss this." Her words cut deeper than she realized. In that moment, the truth became painfully clear. I would never come first. Not when the crowd was calling her name. Not when she had to choose between us and the noise. That night, I went alone. I watched my father blow out his candles. His smile weaker than before, my heart heavy with disappointment. And when I came home to silence, to an empty apartment, I made the hardest choice of my life. I left. No fights, no long goodbyes. Just quiet finality. I packed my things and walked out on the woman I thought I'd marry. She called, she texted, she begged, but I couldn't answer, because betrayal doesn't always mean cheating. Sometimes it's choosing something else when you're needed most. And she had. 5 years passed. I built a new life in another city. Threw myself into work, into family, into healing. The pain dulled over time, though I never forgot that night or what it taught me. Then one afternoon, fate decided to remind me. I was at a conference, walking through the hotel lobby, when I heard a familiar laugh. I froze, turned, and there she was, Claire, standing by the registration desk. Her hair shorter, her eyes softer but tired. She hadn't seen me yet, but when she did, the color drained from her face. "Daniel," she whispered, as if saying my name dragged every memory back with it. "Claire," I said evenly, trying to steady my heartbeat. We ended up sitting in a quiet corner cafe. The first few minutes were stiff, polite small talk that neither of us cared about. Then she exhaled shakily, her voice trembling. "You never let me explain." "There was nothing to explain," I said. "You made your choice." Her lips quivered. "Daniel, I regret it every single day. That night I was selfish. I thought there would always be more time, more chances. I didn't realize what I was losing until you were gone." I swallowed hard, trying to steady the storm inside me. "Do you know what that night did to me? I didn't need a grand gesture. I just needed you there beside me when my family was breaking. And you weren't." Tears slipped down her cheeks. "I was foolish. I thought you'd forgive me. But when you walked away without a word, I had to live with that silence." For a long moment, we just sat there. Two people who used to know everything about each other, now separated by years of regret. I saw the remorse in her eyes, but also the truth. We could never go back. "Claire," I said quietly, "I don't hate you. I never did. But I learned something from all of it. Love isn't about big moments. It's about showing up when it matters most. And you didn't." Her hands trembled as she reached for mine, but I gently pulled away. "I've moved on," I said softly, "and I hope you find peace too." She nodded, tears spilling freely now. "You were the one I should have chosen," she whispered. I stood and left her there in the cafe. As I walked out into the fading afternoon, I realized the ache in my chest wasn't pain anymore. It was closure. 5 years ago, she had chosen the party over me. This time, I chose myself. And that made all the difference.